again on people, Luke here from LAGFX. We're back today with another Sunday Sessions video. If you're new to this series, this is basically where we go through the markets, we analyse some specific pairs that we feel hold good potential in placing profitable positions in the coming week, highlighting areas and zones that you guys can go off and apply to your own charts and hopefully profit with the LAGFX team. If you do go on to enjoy the video, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up. All the support you guys provide is very much appreciated. Now what I'm going to do is head over to the Euro USD market, give you my analysis and my rundown on this pair, and then head over to Great British Pound to the US dollar, do the same on that, and then finish off with a bit of gold analysis for you all today. Okay, so as we can see on screen, we have the Euro to the US dollar market. Price was within a corrective phase and we took full advantage of this by placing buy positions into this market. As you can see, we had a take profit achieved. What I'll do is I'll throw up a screenshot of the befores, durings and afters of this trade and how we managed the position. But yeah, we profited very well with this. We got a 1 to 7.5 risk to reward ratio. So if you're risking 1%, you're looking at 7.5% returns. If you're risking 2% of your equity per trade, you're looking at 15% returns from one position. So this was a great trade to end the week off, or conclude the latter end of last week. What we've also looked to have done is actually place sell positions in this market. So there's two opportunities that we got in on, one of which hit stop loss at entry and the other one is actually still running in profits. Some of the clients may have moved stop loss to entry as part of their safety measures, but those who didn't and left their stop loss where it was, this trade here, obviously you'll still be in on this trade. And we are actually seeing price now trade us over 78 pips, so that's brilliant. We have a 13 pip stop loss on this trade, so we're currently looking at a 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio on this position. Now, what are my thoughts moving forward for this week? Again, what I will do as well is show this trade that we've actually got up and running at the moment. I'll also throw up some screenshots of the analysis and the updates that we send to the VIP clients, just so you know the kind of service that they're getting over there. Now, as I said, what are we looking for moving forward this week? Well, you can see here actually that price reacted perfectly to a supply zone and has since traded us lower. So we could have looked to have got involved in further sell positions from this point here. You can see the second trading opportunity came from this supply zone. Price did, however, come back up to sweep the initial supply zone and has now traded us lower. But we have seen price tap into this one, which is great. We do, however, want to look for other supply zones that we can look to trade from. So what I want you all to do is mark out this last buy to sell candle on the 5-minute time frames, as this is a valid supply zone and we could, in theory, look to sell into this market from this supply zone. So as I say, pause the video, highlight this supply zone out for yourself, because this is going to be somewhere we can look to potentially sell from. What we want to see is for price to trade us up and into this supply zone, deliver us with some kind of break of structure, and then start to trade us lower. Once we have been delivered with a break of structure, i.e. this would be a break in a structural low, which is or should be seen as protected whilst we're in a corrective phase. So once we've had this break of structure here, we'd simply wait for price to pull back into a fractal supply zone, like so. And then this is where we would look to place those further sell positions from. We can have our stop loss just below the zone that we highlight from the fractal supply zone, or we can have it set at just above the original supply zone we were looking to enter from. And then obviously I would take profit set all the way down to our higher time frame take profit target, and you can see that we're still walking away with a 1 to 8 risk to reward ratio on that trade. So that's just an example on how I want to see price play out and how I feel price will play out. So as I say, mark out this area as a potential place to sell and then have this as your final take profit target. The reason why I've got it set here is because it is just below the last higher time frame structural low. Now, with this market following the laws of bearishness on the higher time frames, in theory, we should see this low break as the lows get broken and the highs are protected in bearish structure. So by placing our stop loss just above this, it guarantees that our take profit can be achieved. So that is my analysis for the Euro US dollar market. Quite simple, quite straightforward. As I say, we're already in on this market anyways. We just want to look for further opportunities to get involved. So highlight that zone out for yourself. Have this as a final take profit target, 1.0729 area. And yeah, hopefully you guys can profit this week on this market. Heading over to the Great British Pound to the US dollar. What we've seen is price actually put in a corrective phase, and I feel price has come just to sweep this zone and clear any remaining liquidity that was present up here and probably be rid of any inefficient structure. And now what we are seeing is price go on to trade us lower once again. You'll notice that I've highlighted a break of structure here. If we go down to the 30-minute time frames, you can see that this was the last structural low within this bullish correction, and we have seen price trade us beneath this, or at least wick beneath this. What we would like to see, or what I would like to see, is for price to continue trading us lower and then for price to put in that corrective wave. Again, we need to look for areas we can look to sell from. So here I have highlighted another supply zone. Again, mark this out for yourself. This is going to be an area we can look to trade price lower as a longer term thing. So in theory, we want to see price trade us lower, trail back up to tap us into the supply zone, and then take us lower into this market, breaking more structural lows that have been set within this bullish correction here. So that is my analysis for the Great British Pound to the US dollar market. Overall, this market, I believe, is bearish, and we want to be looking to sell into this market as a longer term thing. So finding areas we can look to sell from is very important. Hence why I've provided this for you all on the 1 hour time frame. What you could do is you could set your first take profit target here, as this is a demand zone, and price could, in theory, take us higher once penetrating this. Whether it's temporary or a longer term thing, that's obviously undecided. We don't know how much demand is waiting within this zone. So this could be an area to take profit 1, and then obviously if you want to take profit 2, it could be set just above this last structural low here. Finally, heading over to XAU USD. This is the last pair that I'm analysing for you all today. What we have seen is price continue trading us bullish. I provided you all with some analysis last Sunday on this market, and I told you all that I wanted to see price trade us into this demand zone and then take us higher. Price has done exactly that. So if you followed that analysis and you place positions based on that, you should be in some very nice profits at the moment. What I'll do is I'll flag up a quick snippet from last Sunday session's video so you can see the analysis that was provided there. I'm wanting to see price trade us into this, show good signs of a rejection, so price to wick in, price to break structure to the upside fractally. In doing so, this confirms the end of the correction that traded us into the zone and the start of the next impulsive wave taking us up and hopefully into this higher time frame supply zone. So as you can see, the analysis that we provided last Sunday played out perfectly, and that's exactly what we wanted. Now we want to look for further buying opportunities and to continue trading price higher and taking price up and into this higher time frame supply zone. So what I have done is I have highlighted this potential buy zone, as I believe enough demand is present here to create its next impulsive wave taking us higher. If you have a look, I've highlighted this last sell to buy candle. This is a valid supply zone, and I do see price trading us higher after we are delivered with a penetration. Now, as you can see, price actually has tapped into this demand zone. Whether we're going to get a full sweep of this demand zone is obviously undecided. What we want to see now is the creation of higher highs and higher lows. This would obviously tell us that price is following bullish structure, and then we can obviously look to get involved in this market. So price may come down to create a new lower low and then start to trade us higher. But what we are looking for is the creation of higher highs and higher lows. Once we have that, we can obviously look to get involved in those buy positions as a longer term thing. So what we could do is we could have this as the last structural high, so long as price goes on to create a new lower low here. If price does go on to create a new lower low here, this would be a valid structural high within this bearish corrective wave. Then what we want to see is price break and surpass this protected high. That would signify a break of structure, and that would tell us that we are no longer following the laws of bearishness, and that the trend is reversing. And then we can wait for price to pull back into a valid demand zone, and then we can trade price higher once we have the penetration and rejection to the upside. So as I say, that is my analysis for XAU USD. I am looking to be a buyer in this market. We just now want to be delivered with the last piece of confirmation in order to get involved in this market. So this demand zone here, these are the increments of this demand zone if you want to highlight it out for yourself. Obviously, if we see price trading beneath this, it would invalidate this demand zone. So we do want to see price hold in and above this zone, and obviously break structure to the upside, deliver us with that confirmation, and then we can get involved in this market. So that is going to summarize my analysis for this Sunday sessions video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. We haven't gone through as many pairs as we may usually would, just because the opportunities that are being present at the moment aren't there. We have 3 pairs that are giving us some brilliant opportunities, so I wanted to really focus on those for you today. If you have enjoyed the analysis, as I said to you before, don't forget to leave the video a thumbs up. All the support you guys provide is very much appreciated. I am actually hosting a webinar this coming week. I'm still deciding on a day. So if you want to head over to the Learning Lounge group chat, get yourself involved there. Look out for any updates on this webinar, because I will be hosting a webinar for you all. And it's basically just going to go over some educational content and help you guys get a better understanding on how I like to trade. Now, as I said to you before, if you have any questions or queries regarding the analysis I've gone through today, leave them in the comments below. Now, with all that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.